Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Eric Percival, also known as Scuffed Gaming here on YouTube, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repents. At the time of this recording, it's been a pretty good long time since I've played a run, but I saw that Sinvicta was accepting some submissions for streaming community content, so I'm sort of hoping that I'll be able to do a little bit of a fun run. Hopefully it's fun to watch, although my name is Scuffed Gaming, so, I mean, how well will I play? You be the judge. I mean, right at the gate you can see I'm not good at dodging, and that's going to be a lot of fun to bring up every now and then. But hey, at least the good news is it looks like we're starting off with some pretty strong stats. Also, we're starting off with Tammy's Head. We have Skinny Odd Mushroom, but even despite Skinny Odd Mushroom, we have, well, pretty good damage. So the vast majority of the community is probably going to be like, look at this Joker. Also, yeah, I mean, just the luckiest player you've ever seen. 0.98 luck, already paying its dividends. I have 2 soul hearts that have spawned from fires, so this run is really mine to lose at this point, if we're being perfectly honest with each other. So hopefully I don't mess it up, because wouldn't that be embarrassing, right? So we start off with Skinny Odd Mushroom. Our first item, remind him, is going to be Lechy. We also have good range. I mean, overall, just a really, truly amazing start. No complaining. Absolutely no complaining about this. Yeah, I mean, I am Scuffed Gaming, so I am gonna, or Scuffed Gamer, I guess I should say. So I'm gonna be making a lot of questionable plays on today's episode, and I'm going to not be able to make excuses about it, because to make excuses about it would be, well, pretty bad, man. Really, honestly, pretty bad, dude. How do I feel about Tammy's Head? I like Tammy's Head. I don't like that it stops me from shooting for such an extended period of time, unless, of course, we find something like Brimstone or something else that changes the way that we shoot. I haven't stepped into the shop yet, so I'm going to do that. Mr. Me. Yeah, I'm okay with that, Mr. Me. I do have a lot of the items of this game unlocked, as some of you may have seen at the beginning. I do have Dead God, so I did get lucky, as you could probably imagine, on several of my runs when I was playing specifically Tainted Lost. And I was fortunate to take advantage of the updates to Tainted Jacob so that I could have this unlocked. And some of the people that have seen my channel before, they know. They've been able to see some of my runs before, but I did have some pretty risky runs that I've played. Especially Tainted Lost. And I enjoy Tainted Lost, but I'm also not going to sit here and pretend that like I could just casually win Tainted Lost runs. It's not going to happen. I mean, it's the kind of player that I am. It is possible that I'm going to lose this run, and I do want to apologize beforehand if people could hear the controller movements. Yes, I am a controller player, and yes, I do recognize that some people are going to say, well, nope. It says controller player has less control. Ironically. Ironic, wouldn't you say? Yeah, maybe. I mean, however you want to play, man. However you want to play. I certainly have played this game for too long. Go ahead and take down Envy here. I'm also not the type of player that tends to rush to boss rush, but if we make it, we make it. Definitely do want at least one more point of damage if possible. Some bombs, some keys would be nice also. I mean, we have 4 keys, but I mean, bombs certainly. Tammy's Head definitely trying its darndest to show me off and be like, well, you know, I deserve to be part of your main lineup. All right, Tammy's Head, that's fine. Sorry for talking all of that smack. Popping all of that smack, as the kids say. Pretty sure that's what the kids say. That's definitely not what the kids say. Actually, it is. Gonna go ahead and take down some of these Flamios. Flamio, Hotman. Evil Eye, welcome to the team, welcome to the bench. Welcome to the crew. Step into the shop. Ooh, oh man. And already the gears are turning. Would I risk this run? What normally I would consider to be the baller move of picking up the potato peeler. Oh no. This game definitely knows how to tempt a player like me. Like, you want potato peeler? You could just serve out all your red HP into the void. Marble's gonna give us. Ooh. Well. Don't say I didn't warn you. Yeah. I mean, without a bomb, it is highly questionable for us to go ahead and take potato peeler. But even 2 activations of potato peeler would give us a meat boy. And a level 1 meat boy is, you know, not the most incredible follower in the world. Okay, well, Fate. Welcome to the team, Fate. Gee, now I'm tempted to even run all 3 of these red hearts into the floor, but I don't have a bomb, so how am I supposed to do that, right? It's a shame that we don't have the Pinky Cheers on cooldown. I would totally use it to just not do this room. It's definitely the most creative use of flying that you've ever seen. Tell you what. Imagine a world where this is normal. Alright, we do get a bomb. Turns out we won't need it. M is certainly an interesting customer for us to have here. Okay. Not even going to try to figure out what Curse of the Maze is doing right now. Because eventually we might be able to pick up. Oh, that's right, we're only going to get to use this one time. Actually, we could just drop M. We could just drop M, and then we could use this. Yeah. So now we have a Super Meat Boy. That's right. We'll just go down. I normally say definitely don't try this at home, kids, but, I mean, we're here for the fun, aren't we? We're here to see... Wow, holy crud. I mean, excuse me. I mean, granted, we don't have the ability to get more tiers, but... Just a phenomenal pair of stone chests. I mean, if I wasn't already maxed out on tiers, that would be truly a sight for sore eyes. If possible, I'm going to try to activate the Book of Rev after we've already found the boss room. But if it happens to come off cooldown and we don't feel like we're anywhere close to the boss room, then I will activate it. So far, it feels like it's in my best interest to activate at least one time here. I don't like abandoning HP ups either, which is a little bit difficult. I think I'm going to do at least one activation without M. I recognize that this means that we're going to... I'm going to buy this card. I recognize that means that we're locking ourselves into fighting a Harbinger this floor. But I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that this floor. I wanted to give ourselves just a little bit of HP insurance. Flying is going to go a really long way to keep us safe, so big ups to Fate, especially on the first floor. Certainly could use a little bit more damage, certainly could use, if possible, a strong tier effect in Little Cloud. Man, that's unfortunate. Little Cloud's very good. On my channel, I tend to go to the Lamb a lot. So if I get the chance to go to the Lamb, I will. Activate this, the clicker. Oh, that's something. The clicker is certainly an amount of risk that I'm not willing to take. Keeping me, and we're now at the 50-50 split. So the question is, can we get our hands on another active item that is better than this? And the answer is yes, because we know that moving box is over here. We can pack these up. Mom's Bra, the next item on deck. Get ourselves a lot of money. Secret room, going to contain potentially some goodies. Okay. Percival, okay. We do have an item room that we haven't seen yet. Gonna go and just not do this room. You know, because we don't have to, because we have flying. Isn't that something? And how? Okay. This is a chance for us to just serve this away. I actually want to save the Perthrow rune for a future deal. The question that should be on people's minds is, what are you trying to get with them? Well, we're trying to get Death Certificate. Death Certificate is the item. You know, the question on everyone's minds probably is, what would you be interested in getting with Death Certificate? Well, Death Certificate, there's a lot of items that I would want to get, but the most obvious of which would probably be Sacred Heart. Just gonna use this now. Activate the world. Go ahead and step into the boss trap room. It is worth the soul hearts to me. We went in and activated our active item just so that we can have damage. We'll check out our arcade here, and that's cool. The item room is all the way around. Yeah, I mean, I just love how sprawled out everything is. Isn't that just grand? I'm actually tempted to not even play these rooms, but they're not that bad. You know what? We'll just stop being a complainer and we'll play out these rooms. Alright, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to relax a little bit. It's getting ridiculous. This is a Wendy's, by the way. Can we get a captured one? No, we can't. I mean, yeah. If we wanted to win this run, Damocles would certainly be a bridge too far. And so, it's cute that the game wants to see me do that. But I'm not going to. That's a level of silliness that I think is strictly speaking a pretty big mistake to make live here on TV in front of everybody. I'm pretty sure that Sinvicta would agree with me, and maybe he won't. Maybe like just do it for the memes, do it for the lulz, do it for the people. People want to see you fail. But I think that's kind of rude, man. And I realize we don't have the Percival rune. I'm gonna take multi-dimensional. Take this latch key. And I'm just gonna go down actually. Curse of the Blind, well, you know what that means. That means that we're only going to buy a shop item this floor. We're not going to take a devil deal even if we qualify for it. Maybe we can talk about the elephant in the room here, which is that I picked up Hemolacria on the last floor. And the reason why is because Hemolacria is providing us with a much needed damage up. I actually don't know why I went down this way. We're not intending to see our item room item. And we're just on the lookout for another active item. Almost doesn't matter what it is, but this is also the risk that sometimes you run with trying to roll with something like M, is that you could get bricked off with things like Plan C or active items that just don't help you. And this would qualify as one of those. Spike Rocks, I see you. The Inverted Emperor card, we could probably steal the challenge room with this Inverted Emperor card. Depending on what's in it. I mean, if it's not worth taking. And because of how high our tier rate was, we're actually able to shoot a little more than 1 shot per second. You get another damage up. We're going to fight the Fallen in our Inverted Emperor room. Get him, meat boy. Take him out. Teach him the meaning. Teach him the name. Hello. And those actually are safe to take because generally they're boss room items. And every single one of our damage ups is going to be real solid and juicy because of Hemolacria. I like Hemolacria. Some people don't. Some people think Hemolacria is a mistake. That's good to know. What about this item? Placebo. Okay. Okay. I am not sure if I would re-roll this. I feel like it's good for me just to not have Damocles in my hand. Smart money would probably abandon it at this point though and use the glowing hourglass, which is what I'm going to do. We don't have an HP generator, which means that the glowing hourglass is going to essentially function as our extra 3 points of life. That's the way that I see it. There are some cool things that you could do with the glowing hourglass that people have probably seen on Sinvicta's own channel. But to be frank, I'm not smart enough. And so I'm not going to, again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I, excuse me, I'm going to be able to use it in the smartest ways. It's not me, man. Scuffed Gaming. Scuffed Gaming, dude. It's gonna give us, wow, what a crazy tier up. %21% chance the planetarium. Yes, I'm using 3 mods. The first and most obvious mod that I'm sure people noticed from the very moment that I started playing was the music is different, so yeehaw. The other one is external info. External info is very useful, very cool. Instead of just having to, you know, alt tab every single time you want to see an item description. So big ups to the people that made the external info mod. Super useful. Thank you so much. It's really rad. Sure. And the last of which is the planetarium chance. Again, it's just another one of those quality of life things that I could keep track of it myself. And go, oh, well, we skipped one item room, so we know that we have a 21% chance for planetarium, but I just let it be there, you know, on the UI. It's fine. It's useful, you could say, and I really appreciate it. Just another one of those useful things. It doesn't break the game. It doesn't change anything. I've been really tempted actually to buy, to subscribe to the mod that shows you, or sorry, that makes the beggars and donation machines go faster. We actually have a full rack of health, so there's no reason for us to do this. There is a reason for us to kill this man. Absolutely deleted. Get stomped out. Hilariously, we would have potentially made it to the boss rush if I was going faster. Or if I was paying attention, like, at all to where the skulls are, like the tinted skull. But I'm not, because I'm a bad magic player. I'm actually a pretty good Magic the Gathering player, if I'm being perfectly honest with you all at home. I used to judge before all the rules, before sagas were introduced. For those of you that play the game, you know what sagas are, but man, it just really complicated the game a lot. Yeah, we're not going to make it to boss rush. Just a little piece of trivia there for those of you that wanted to know. An extra cutie little detail about me as a person. Of course, people that normally watch my channel know that about me already. So why don't you just play Arena? Because I like the binding, okay? Yeah, so we are kind of cruising along here. Evil Eye is doing a great job of providing us with supplemental damage here with Hemolacria. And as it turns out, our Tinted Skull is actually right next to the door. We barely missed it. It's unfortunate, but no, it's okay. It's not a big deal. It is actually rather funny to me that a lot of our damage is probably coming from the Meat Boy. And the Meat Boy is doing a good job of providing us with crowd control. It's killing a lot of our enemies, and it's going to be Krampus. Wow. I mean, Lumbicoal, please. Don't tempt me with a good time. Certainly would love to have some mapping. The reason why these things are here is because of our trinket. So the more soul hearts that we leave on the ground, the more likely we are to see them in the future. It also behooves us to pick up almost everything. I'm going to go use this pill. That's cool.
Range down.
The range down is going to affect us a little bit because we do have to be close to people at this point now to get our Hemolacria shots where they're supposed to go. Okay, but it's actually we don't have to do this. This room. There's absolutely no reason why I should get hit in this room. This room is, you know what? I should feel embarrassed, and I do feel embarrassed. A little bit. Needles? So if we do see a range up, actually it would be quite welcome. I don't dislike the idea of seeing a range up at this point. Just a little bit. I mean, it's... Yeah, we could try again. Actually, that almost hit us again. Not pleased with that. Oh, snap. All right. I think we're going the... No, we're not. Shame on me. Which way are we going then instead? It's the classic. I think that we're going down. I'm gonna get rid of some of these just because you and I both know that we're like... Can you take that guy, please? Thank you. That we're likely to get hit on the way back down. These guys have one of the most slow-moving, debatable death battles, and I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. Guy almost teleported right in front of my face. Did you guys see that? 33.8% chance. A deal. It's gonna be the matriarch, the boss. I guess it's as good as mine, which one of those shots are mine and which ones are hers. Do get an HP up, which I will take. We're expecting to see at least... We're expecting to see at least one more deal in the dark room. Get our charges back here. On our glowing hourglass. Yeah, and a glowing hourglass already, make no mistake, has saved us from 2 hits. The dice room here. Let's take a step in. See what we've got in store. D4. I'm okay with what we have right now. The only thing that we're lacking is a range. Our tiers, I don't think they could get much higher. And it is a little bit of a bummer, I know, that we didn't get to see the death certificate, and we could have gone full ham and tried to force it. We did get to see a couple of powerful items show up, but not items that we were necessarily willing to take. You know what I mean? Like, the inherent problem with something like Damocles is it expects that you won't get hit, and we probably would get hit. If it was a case where I was playing this at my leisure, like on a stream or something, there's a pretty good chance that I would take Damocles because it creates tension, and it's probably super fun to watch people struggle and try not to get hit. But at the end of the day, I think that players of this game like to watch other players succeed against all odds. Well, that's what we're trying to do here. Take this opportunity to play this little dealie. I don't know why I did that. That's Scuffed gaming for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's funny. Like, out of the corner of my eye, I was like, "Oh, we could just kill that beggar," and then I took a closer look and I realized, yeah, that's a bomb beggar, actually. Scuffed. You probably just wanted to play that guy. Perfect example of why I have 2 subscribers. People watching, they get frustrated. What are you doing, man? I'm sorry. I'm just not good. I'm not good at this game. I don't know what I'm doing. People are absolutely appalled that I have Dead God. How is it possible? I guess it's as good as mine. Because I got carried by familiars, that's probably why. Excuse me? Yeah, I mean, we have the money. We can roll this and see what we get instead. Hot Bomb's the Intruder, Spider Baby, Tooth and Nail, Chemical Peel, Bumbo. Yeah, I like Infestation 2 a lot. I can get a Book Touch. Actually, I'm going to activate this too. Okay. And Spewer. Yeah. I do recognize that Ball of Tar and Ghost Bombs are both very good. And I accept that I could have easily, you know, made out like a bandit, so to speak, and taken both of those pedestals, but I also really like Infestation 2. Infestation 2 is simply just an incredible item. Alright. We'll go ahead and face off with the boss. Meat Boy just immediately getting to work. He's a company man, guys. He wants to do the job. And he's the right man for the job, if we're being honest with each other. 2 Guppy items here. I will take them. I want Guppy's tail. I want this one. And we're just gonna, yeah, just gonna go down. We did take the negative, so we are interested in going down. I'm gonna actually pick up these soul hearts before we go down because I don't want to break my trinket. There is a limit to how much this trinket can do. Okay. Hematemesis. Okay, well that's the exact opposite of what I wanted to happen. Is for more things to end up on the floor. Yeah, and it's because unfortunately, whatever it's called, that trinket is gonna try to take as much of what's on the ground as possible in pickups, and so it behooves us. And I could go fight Hush, I guess, but I'm not trying to waste your guys' time here. And we would beat him too. Like, don't get it twisted. You don't have to be, you know, in my case, it's just having the full rack of HP and lobbing the shots in that would lead to Hush's untimely demise. This is the wrong way to go, actually. But we're going to have an army of spiders, thanks to Infestation 2. We have Guppy's Hairball and Guppy's Tail. At your leisure, Meat Boy, thank you. Which means that when we get to the dark room, we're going to get our hands on hopefully some more free items. We do get the 8 ball. What card do we have here? The Joker? Take me away. Yeah, I'm okay, actually. I'm okay. We don't need to use it. We can use it actually on the next floor. People might think that that's a little bit of a frivolous use of the glowing hourglass, and that's fine. I see it as a chance for us to get one more shot at a good deal in the future in exchange for one activation of our hourglass. It definitely feels good to be able to execute those guys. Meat Boy, you can take this one from me, sir. I don't think it's likely that I would be able to do this room without getting hit at least once, so I'm gonna let that happen. I would rather re-roll a room. Okay, well. The Dingleberry, yeah. Yeah. I do think Dingleberry's good. Lucky me. Dingleberry is going to produce one of these little dip friends every time we clear a room, and let's get it. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, unfortunate. Duly noted. Yeah, sorry, I have Meat Boy running a marathon over here. It's okay, buddy. You're doing great. I'll move on to the next floor. Yeah, it's going to be a nice wrap-up, I think. Curse of the Blind. Man, it just makes me sad. I mean, we can game Curse of the Blind a little bit because of Glowing Hourglass. So yeah, I'm going to. I mean, yeah, like that's exactly what people would be worried about, right? What about this one, huh? Okay. Let's go down. Let's try to go down. Okay, Seraphim, you're part of the team. There's just no way. There's just no way. I suppose technically what I could have done is I could have used the Joker card after the last enemy was executed to avoid the death rattle. And you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna pick up any more of these things because clearly, right? The game's interested in sullying my victory by making me take something risky. And I think that's disingenuous. You know, I think that's churlish. And I think that you need to really, oh boy, I think that you really need to reconsider the way that you're talking to me right now. You get one chance, adversary. You get one shot at me. No? Okay. And it really is a bummer because when you see how many chests are on the ground, and my goodness, like just so many items that are just going to get dumpstered, and we'll never know what they were. I mean, you know what we could do after I beat the lamb? We could check to see what they were. That could be like a fun little experience where I go through every single one of these chests and see which one of them breaks it. I'm pretty sure this one here was soy, right? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just break it. Let's just break it in half. You know that this was soy. Let's just flood the whole screen with. Let's just go ahead and take it. Yeah, good. The lamb's gonna really enjoy this. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, featuring one of the most annoying rooms to ever exist, Double Fast Monstro. One of the most frustrating rooms, the double speed boy. It's like Monstro with speed cola. It feels like every room. Okay, we did find it. It's a Lord Champion Lamprey Fly. Yeah, but we're gonna get the dub. I'm actually surprised at how efficient that this split shot is. We're actually shooting double shots because we're shooting through multi-dimensional. It's multi-dimensional, doing a lot of good work here for us. Do I get carried by my familiars? Yeah, maybe a little bit. It is hard for me to see which shots are mine because of soy, but no, we're not doing that. That's not what he said. That's not what we signed up for. Let's see how bad these chests were. Monstro's Tooth? Okay. What's this? Some Taurum? Wow. I mean, yeah, we could have certainly used some Taurum. What's this? Bottle of pills. Powerful item. It's a Joker card. What do we got here? Bursting Sack? Alright. What about this? It's that Sea Scrolls. So nothing that was gonna kill us outright. In fact, the mulligan. Yeah, I mean, So it was relatively safe, so long as we weren't taking any of the deals, which did have the potential, but we did get 2 additional soul heart payouts. So I mean, yeah, overall, I would say this run was pretty fun. We definitely played it risky from the very beginning with our double tap of the potato peeler, but hey, if you enjoyed watching this run, please feel free to leave a like, and shout out to Sinvicta and everyone that plays this game professionally or semi-professionally. It's always a pleasure. I'm a long-time viewer, so thank you so much for featuring my run, and I hope that you all have a great day. So long, everybody.